Hi guys, welcome back to W18, the Watford fan channel for transfer deadline day. Now, I thought it'd be a little bit more exciting than it has turned out to be today. There's always a thing with Watford where we maybe pull out a surprise signing, in and out really. Maybe one surprise going today, which we'll come on to a little bit later. But I know fans are a little bit annoyed that no centre-back really has come in or a striker. We've been linked with a few over this window, but none of them have materialised. I thought no better way to start the transfer deadline day live than giving you a story of today and where the rumours have come from, maybe the major rumours coming out of what football club today. So it started off with quite a big one and kind of put a little bit of fans nervous about the upcoming day. And the Mirror reported that Chelsea lined up a shock deadline day move for Abdoulaye Doucouré. Now, it was always going to be very unlikely. It seems like they're trying to stir up a bit of a story here. We all know Abdoulaye Doucouré will probably be making his way this coming summer. I don't think it was ever going to happen in January, really. There was a point maybe at the start when it kept coming out in French press, as we reported on our transfer deadline, transfer videos throughout the January transfer window, but it didn't materialise, and Abdoulaye Doucouré will be staying. He's obviously injured at the moment, and he's missing the game away at Brighton this coming Saturday. So big miss for Watford, but Abdoulaye Doucouré remains at Watford for the time being. It was then followed by and kind of links with all the transfer news together, and the main man of Watford transfer news is Adam Leventhal, Sky Sports News reporter, who said that Doucouré is not leaving now, so that put that one to bed. As we all know, he wants to move to a Champions League club. Chelsea are that club, but I think he wants to move to PSG. That's another story. What was interesting, though, was Nathaniel Chalobah. Loan offers had been received by Watford, but unlikely to leave. Now, one of those loan offers was from Aston Villa. They were interested. I'm pretty sure they did put in an offer for Nathaniel Chalobah. That didn't go through. It seemed as if Nathaniel Chalobah wanted to stay at Watford and kind of earn his way into the team. He's been out for such a long time, and obviously maybe Watford are kind of persuading him or encouraging him to go out on loan to gain a bit of fitness, gain a bit of match practice as well. But he wanted to stay put. Apparently, this kind of links in with the Wilmot exiting on loan for the rest of the season. Nathaniel Chalobah was offered the chance to go back to Italy and play for Udinese. He obviously had a spell previously at Napoli, but that didn't go through. He turned that down and in the end stayed put at Watford. The centre-back search is ongoing, according to Adam Leventhal, and I think that will go on until the summer transfer window. We know we've been needing a centre-back for a while, really since we've been in the Premier League, a top-quality centre-half, and we're lacking a little bit at the back at the moment. So I expect that to be, done, and us to bring in a centre-back this coming summer. But obviously, with the January transfer window, with hyperinflated prices, it's always going to be unlikely, and you always hear about managers and players and staff who will always say how hard it is to get deals through in January, and particularly for clubs like Watford who can't really splash a lot of cash on players. The scouting has to be a lot better, and I think that's just progression in football. As scouting's got better, you see less kind of one-off deals going on in the January transfer window. But enough of that. This was then followed by Jerome Sinclair, someone who's on the periphery of the Watford squad at the moment, leaving for Oxford United on loan. Carl Robertson's Oxford United on loan for the end of the season. He'd come back from Sunderland after his loan was terminated by mutual consent. He returned to Watford and went back out on loan again. Then, probably the big news coming out of Watford today and on transfer deadline day from a Watford perspective is Ben Wilmot, who has left on loan to Udinese, obviously the other Pozzo-owned club. As I mentioned previously, Nathaniel Chalobah was offered the chance to go to Udinese on a loan. He didn't fancy it. Ben Wilmot was offered the chance, as he mentions in his interview with Sky Sports News shortly after that deal was completed, that it really did just happen today. He was offered the chance to go this morning. He spoke with his family and got the deal done later this afternoon, and that was all confirmed. That was reported by Sky in Italy, and then the deal was confirmed about an hour and a half later when those reports were released. So good luck to Ben Wilmot, and just in my personal take on that is it's a very good move for him. I know a lot of what fans are thinking, why are we sending him out on loan? From what I've been gathering, what I've been reading, is it's Watford's plans to get him more game time, to get him ready for the Premier League season. And it seems like he is in Javi's plans for the future and for future Premier League games. So that's one to keep an eye on, and we'll be looking out for how Ben Wilmot is playing at Udinese. But for someone of his age to be getting the experience out in Serie A, and if he does play 90 minutes and does play week in, week out, then that is invaluable experience for him. He hopefully does really, really well and continues his development out in Serie A. He spoke to Sky Sports News and said, "I'm really excited. It was an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. To get where I want to be this time next year, I need to get more minutes under my belt. Out there is a good place to improve Serie A. Serie A is a good place to improve at the rate I want to. I'm looking forward to getting out there now." So very best of luck to Ben Wilmot, who goes out on loan to Udinese today and will spend the rest of the 18-19 campaign in Serie A. And that was it, really. Not a lot to talk about from Watford perspective. We're normally used to these really busy transfer deadline days, but nothing really materialised with incomings. As Adam Leventhal mentioned, there's always that thing with Watford where a random signing could come out of the blue. I mean, you take the summer that's just passed, for example, Domingos Quina, who signed from West Ham United on deadline day, and that just came out of the blue with an hour to go after being made available. But nothing materialised. Well, there's only 30 minutes to go. I really would find it unlikely if anything did come through for Watford. I doubt we'll go for a panic buy, really. And I don't think there's really any need to at the moment. I mean, I'm just here, reading reports about Crystal Palace paying £170,000 a week for Michy Batshuayi. Now, he's a player I've been wanting at Watford for a while, but those kind of wages, Watford aren't going to pay that amount of money for him. He's been poor at Borussia Dortmund. He hasn't done well for Chelsea. Granted, he hasn't really been given the opportunity. So it's an example of Watford probably being interested in the player. We've been interested in Origi, but the wages are a big factor. For a club like Watford, we need to be spending our money wisely, particularly. So just in summary, obviously no ins, apart from if the next half an hour sees us bring anyone in. No ins coming into Watford Football Club this January transfer window. Outgoings, the main ones to talk about, and three of them are called to Udinese, and that's Stefano Akaka, Marvin Ziegler, and finally Ben Wilmot today have all gone on loan to Udinese, the Pozzo-owned club. And maybe one particular transfer that caught my eye was Dion Pereira, who went to Atlanta United for an undisclosed fee. So best of luck to those guys, and particularly Ben Wilmot and Dion Pereira. Hopefully Ben Wilmot can get back into the first team. Obviously, he played last night against Spurs, so it was really weird because he had put out his tweet saying, on to the next one, I'm looking forward to the next game, etc. And then the next day he's flying off to Udinese and spending the rest of the season in Italy. So really odd how it all works. But I think one thing I take away from this January transfer window is Watford fans, don't panic. We're still in a great position. Obviously, yesterday's result was disappointing in the position we were in to concede 2 goals in quick succession. Was disappointing result, but I would just say don't panic. We've still got a lot of time ahead of us in the rest of the season, and we've also got time in the summer to build on the squad we have at the moment and get in additions, because I still believe that centre-back and a striker is needed. There's 30 minutes left this January transfer window. We'll get some of your thoughts on the whole January transfer window as a whole. Let me know what you have thought of it. And good to see someone's watching from the Isle of Wight, but still comes to every home game. Yeah, very deadline day though. Not a lot going on. Thank you very much for watching, mate. Not surprised. Sophie Guy says, not surprised we haven't signed anyone. No other clubs have signed anyone big, so we don't need to, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But yeah, I think that's literally about it. There's not a lot really to talk about. I'm not going to waste your guys' time particularly because there's not a lot to talk about. I think maybe one thing I wanted to touch upon before we did go was the big rumours coming out in terms of outgoings. I think Deulofeu to AC Milan. Apparently, from what I was reading, a £22 million bid was rejected. I'm not too sure how reliable that was, though. But there was definitely interest from AC Milan. I think Gattuso, the AC Milan manager, and their president made it, or sporting director, pardon me, made it perfectly clear that they wanted Deulofeu. They're looking for a winger. They're looking for a winger, and Deulofeu was top on their priorities. So be interested to see if that one progresses in the summer. Obviously, I think we all know Abdoulaye Doucouré will probably be making his way in the summer transfer window. That looks to be, well, it depends if Idrissa Gana Gueye goes to PSG. Another second bid has been rejected by Everton for Idrissa Gana Gueye from PSG. I think it's 26 million they're looking for. So they're going for a cheap alternative. I think Doucouré probably costs a little bit more. So Doucouré, where he's going to go to, I'm not too sure. But it looks like he'll be making his way in the summer. I mean, Spurs are another team that will probably be interested in him come June, July, and I think another one that could definitely materialise is the Roberto Pereira to Torino, Walter Mazzarri, Torino. Really does depend how they finish the campaign, but we'll have to see how those three progress. The three big rumours that have been going around probably our three best players or three biggest talents in the Watford squad at the moment. So that is it. Thank you very much for watching all the transfer videos over this January transfer window. Hopefully, I've done a good job keeping you up to date with all the January transfer news. We'll be back doing this in the summer. Obviously, if there are any big deals that break in the window or any pre-agreements that do break, we'll keep you updated as always. We're looking forward to Saturday. That is Brighton away. We'll be down there at the Amex for hopefully seeing Watford get back to winning ways after a disappointing 2-1 win, a 2-1 loss, against Spurs yesterday. It almost felt like a win, but so close yet so far. Let's see if we can get a reaction this coming Saturday against Brighton. Thank you very much for watching today's transfer video. Make sure you do subscribe to WD18. Make sure you do like the video. And don't forget to leave your thoughts on the January transfer window as a whole in the comment section below. And we will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.